hit, and Salim receive the action. So Zaid is the subject, Salim is the object. Now in English, if we swap the word order, so we say Salim hit Zaid, then the whole meaning changes. Effectively, Salim becomes the subject and Zaid becomes the object. Now in Arabic, this is slightly different. In Arabic, the word order is not necessarily required in order to understand what is going on in the sentence. So a simple example again, here we've got Daraba Zaydun Saliman, and Daraba is a verb, a doing word, which means to hit or to strike, or he hit or he struck. And we've got Zaydun with a Dhammatain, and we've got Saliman with a Fathatain. And then down the bottom we've got exactly the same sentence, but we've swapped Zaydun for Zaydan and Saliman for Salimun. So we've swapped the Fathatain and the Dhammatain around. And the word order is the same. So Daraba is first, then we've got Zaid, and then we've got Salim. The word order is exactly the same. However, the first sentence means Zaid hit Salim, and the second sentence means Salim hit Zaid. And the reason for this is what we call the i'rab, i.e. the use of either letters or the tanween, or it could be even the fatha, kasra, dhamma, so the vowels. And the use of those collectively is normally known as the i'rab, and the i'rab is helping us to understand what is going on in the sentence, i.e. what is the case of the nouns. So in the first sentence where we've got Zaydun, i.e. Dhammatain, Zaid is the subject, and that's indicated by the Dhammatain. The Dhammatain is indicating that Zaid is the doer of the verb, whereas Saliman, the Fathatain, is indicating that Salim is receiving the verb, the action done by the verb, i.e. he is the object. So that's why Zaid hits Salim. And in the second one, Zaydan with the Fathatain is indicating that Zaid is the object and Salimun is the subject. So Salim is the one doing the action. So this is what we mean by i'rab. I'rab is either the signs, i.e. the vowel signs or extra letters that are used to indicate what's going on, i.e. what is the case of the noun. Now, there are different i'rabs and the way they can be used. One of them is the tanween. So here we have a word kitab, which means a book, but we've got kitabun, and down the bottom we've got fi kitabin. So the first one, kitabun, is in the nominative case. So in that case, kitabun is not an object. Okay, so it's probably the subject of the sentence. Whereas the second one, we've got fi kitabin, and fi is a preposition, and because we've put the kasratain on kitab, we know that that book is being affected by the preposition fi. Okay, so sometimes tanween is used to indicate what is the case of a noun. There are other cases where tanween is not used. So here we have the name Mary, so Maryamu, and down the bottom it's Maryama. So Maryamu with the Dhamma indicates that Mary is in the nominative case, and Maryama indicates that Mary is in the genitive case. And here we've got ila is a preposition again affecting the word Maryam. So in that case, the Dhamma and the Fatha is being used to tell us whether the noun is in nominative or genitive case. And another example is where extra letters are used to indicate the i'rab, i.e. what's happening, the inflection taking place. So here we've got the word muslimuna and muslimina, and both of them mean are plural for a collection of male Muslims. And the first one, muslimuna, is in the nominative case, would be the subject, and muslimina is in the genitive case, maybe in a possessive sense or being affected by a preposition or an adverb. So here min is the preposition. So in this case, the case of the noun is being determined by these extra letters una and mina. Sorry, una and ina. Okay, so there we've got three different ways of the case or the state of a noun being shown, and there are actually quite a few more. This is just to give you an idea that we need to concentrate when we're learning all the future lessons. When we talk about the dhammatain, kasratain, whether we add una, ina, etc., we need to know that this is very important and we need to get this correct. So as we're going through lessons and we say, okay, in this case we add a, for example, we're going to use a preposition and this will change it, the noun, into a genitive case, so we have to put the kasratain. It's very important, because if you get your i'rab the wrong way around, you effectively change the whole meaning of a sentence. Now we're going to look at what is actually inflected, i.e. when do these sort of changes on nouns or words take place. And there's three main categories. The first one is nouns. So nouns can be put into the nominative, accusative and genitive states. If you have adjectives which are describing nouns and they're very closely coupled together, what we call an adjective phrase, then the adjective itself is inflected exactly the same way as the noun. And the last one we've got is verbs. Verbs can have what are called moods, and we'll cover these later on. And when you change the mood of a verb, so you've got jusive, subjunctive, imperative, indicative and energetic, then we also do some inflection, i.e. we have to change the i'rab. So that's just an overview there. In conclusion then, we understand very basically what cases are in English. We understand the cases that are used in Arabic, i.e. nominative, accusative and genitive, and we know they relate to the subjective, the objective and the possessive cases in English. We understand what i'rab means, so that's when you're using either tanween or even the short vowels or extra letters to help us identify the state or the case of our nouns or pronouns. We understand how cases are represented in Arabic, and we went through three: the tanween, the short vowels and some extra letters like una and ina. However, that's just a very simple few examples.